What's up YouTube, Dan here and welcome to the third episode of my PSG career mode series, and this is going to be the first game of the season, and we've got, I think it's 4 or 5 games in today's episode, and they're packed with controversy, goals, and we've also got some transfers towards the end of the episode. So in the last episode I would suggest you go and watch them if you haven't seen them. I did sign a lot of players because obviously this is going to be the one season for glory. I'll explain this for the last time. I have to win everything, so I have to win the league, I have to win the FA Cup equivalent, I'm sorry I don't know what it is in the French league, and I also have to win the Champions Cup. Doesn't really matter about the Capital One Cup equivalent. I hate having to say that because I just don't know what it's called in the French league. So, as you can see that on screen, Thiago Silva, he was actually a doubt for this game because obviously he's been injured for most of the pre-season, so it's good to get him back into the team. Got my words mixed up there. As you can see, my centre-backs are looking really good. I've got Kouyaté, I've got Saka, and I've got Thiago Silva in the middle. So, going to see how good they are. And obviously, you've got that amazing strike force of Neymar, Ibrahimovic, and Lukaku. You're going to see who's best out of them in this first episode. And probably the next episode might be live. Tell me what you guys want to see because I'm trying to keep it up to date so you can tell me what you want to see in the last episode. So, this game was just so boring. Nothing really happened. And that's basically all that happened. So, about a minute of highlights in that game about that. So, we're going to go straight into transfers now. And I had a look at Insigne. He's worth about 7.5 million. And he's on the wage of 35,000. That's one of the good things about young players, not on the best of wages. They haven't got a high wage. So, I offered £0, exactly £0 plus Gamira, seeing if they would accept that. Also had a look down at Christian Benteke, also had a look at Coquelin or something like that. And I've also had a look at Pato. He's actually on quite a small wage for quite a high player if you think about it. He's been around for a long time. Also a big player at AC Milan when he was at his best. I don't know why I went back to Corinthians. And yeah, so moving on to our second game of the episode. It's a game up against the Jackie, I think it's how it's pronounced. And just a quick question, if I ever get to 1,000 subs, I'm probably going to get to it. My goal by the end of the season, what the heck, by the end of the year is to get to 1,000 subs. What do you want to see for that? Maybe like a massive episode of whatever career mode with face cam or something like that. I'm hoping to do face cam around about 1,000 subs, something like that. You can see what I look like. Don't know what you guys imagine how I look, but you'll know when I get to about 1,000 subs, hopefully. So we get a cracking first goal there. Menez with the first goal of the game. So far in the first game or two, I think Lukaku's probably been the best player. You're going to see some cracking goals for him as well. Probably been the best player and also the lowest rated player. The player that I didn't really enjoy using in the first couple of games is probably Neymar because he's a bit weak. And the thing about the first couple of games, not really this game, but the next game, every shot I had was just getting blocked. And look at that shot from Lukaku. And it's just unfair. Just look at his pace, his strength, his shot. It's just all like in one package. He's like a mixture of Neymar and Ibrahimovic. So a fantastic player there. And he actually gets another goal there, 42nd minute there. Romelu Lukaku is such a fantastic player. You can probably pick him up for around about 10 million on career mode, so a really good buy there. Probably the buy of the season so far, but you never know. He might have an injury or something just to affect his performance. So at half-time, I made a couple of substitutions, and I was 3-0 up, so I didn't really need to worry about anything. And I actually brought on Maurice, but he didn't make much of a difference. And we ended up winning the game 3-0, so a comfortable win there for our second game of the season. And we've got some massive games coming up next. We've got Lille, I think that's how you say their name, and we've also got Bordeaux, and another game after that, I think. So, as you can see, they're just showing you the team. We're playing a 3-5-2. I actually moved Vidal up to Cam in the last quarter of an hour, so he did actually a quite good job there, but as you can see there, Carresso actually wants to leave Bordeaux, and I was just thinking, should I buy him? But in the end, I just thought Sirigu's probably a better goalkeeper. He's not much older than him. And Carresso is quite good. I think he was in the Liga 1 team this season. I think he was, and I can't actually remember. But we're going into our next game of the season, and it's the third game of the season. It's a really important game. Again, trying to see who's the best out of the top 3 players. Just when I actually made the team in the last episode, I was just thinking in my head, this is going to be a dream, strikers. We're going to see maybe it's this first couple of games, just seeing how they settle into the team. Probably not going to be performing at their best of their abilities this early in the season, but Lukaku actually gets the first goal of the game there in the 12th minute, and another goal to add to his quite big tally already. So this is when the controversy starts. So Kouyaté, he gets injured at half time, so that's not a massive deal because he's only 75 rated. The big thing is I don't really have any backup players, so probably going to have to swap to a 4 at the back formation. So we go into half time as normal, the normal cutscene you got on FIFA, and then this is when it starts. So Thiago Motta, you would normally see him, but he's invisible. Then I make a substitution, Tienne's invisible. So it's just all going wrong at this moment. And if you remember, I said in the last episode that I was about halfway through the transfer window and then it froze. And again, this is going to lead to me having to rematch or restart the game. And this is so annoying. It's probably because, or it's so annoying because I was leading 1-0 at this point. You're going to see the second match, you could say, is much more interesting, probably for your benefit as well, because it's going to be a lot more goals in the second game. So in the end, as I said, I have to rematch, just trying everything I could, like pressing Xbox Home, seeing if it would start again. So we're going to the second game, and it's against Lille again, believe it or not, and Lukaku gets the first goal of the game, a carbon copy of the first game, and another great goal from him. So second goal against Lille, and yeah, another great goal there, near post OP for you. And yeah, that put us 1-0 up in the 10th minute. So again, here goes Payet. He was actually team of the season. I think it's Payet or maybe Payet. He gets the second goal of the game and the equaliser for Lille to make it 1-1. So he's just in a bit of free space. The reason for that, I think, is that Thiago Silva, Kouyate, who's actually not injured anymore, so he's gone from injured, and I think he had like a sprained knee, to not being injured with that. Yeah, but anyway, moving on to a more serious note. Yeah, so Payet, that he actually got a nice goal there, and then another goal there from Rodolin. But the thing I wanted to talk about is my defenders were all tired. So Thiago Silva had about light green energy, and he all seemed to be out of position. I don't know what it is, but when your players are a little bit tired, they always seem to be not really doing to the best of their ability. Like, you'd expect them to be a little bit under their ability, but not this much. You're going to see in the highlight here, Thiago Silva was actually a bit out of position. So that's just a little heads up there. When your players are a bit tired, they normally do play a bit worse than they do at their full ability. So we're currently 3-1 down at this point. Ibrahimovic gets a goal back there. Didn't think I'd get back, but we get a bit of a glimmer of hope there. Ibrahimovic with a goal in the 59th minute, as you can see, and Neymar dancing past the defenders with a great skill. What a fantastic Confederations Cup he's having at the moment. Couldn't say the words right there. So he actually gets quite close there, but Ibrahimovic gets the equaliser there in the 82nd minute to make it 3-3, and then you can see Lukaku just overjoyed there and going up to Ibrahimovic to thank him for the goal. So we got one goal from Lukaku and two goals from Ibrahimovic. So you've yet to see a goal from Neymar, which is quite strange. And going back to that highlight you saw, look at that, by the way. Sakho just running in the way of Thiago Silva, trying to get it out of the centre-back position, and Sakho just actually got out of the way, so that's really annoying. And we ended up losing that game. But as I said earlier in the episode, this really benefited you, if you think, because it's more entertaining. A 1-0 win wouldn't have been that entertaining, but a 4-3 win is 4-3 win. A 4-3 loss is more entertaining for you guys. So I'm kind of happy, but kind of sad, because that means I slip further down the table. So not the best of starts of the season. We've had one win, one draw, and one loss. So as you can see there, we get another offer for Gamero. A lot of teams are after his signature, and I put a counter offer for 10 million, thinking that Chelsea do have a lot of money. So moving on to our last game of the episode, I think this is going to be the fourth game of the episode. In the next episode, we will move on to the transfer deadline day. Just want to quickly talk about this goal. Look at this, right into the back of the net. What an amazing shot there. Travelling about, say, 1,000 miles an hour. Joking. But yeah, a fantastic shot there, and is travelling at some speed. Ibrahimovic, you expect nothing more than that. And look at this shot. When I saw that go in, I was just like, oh my god, look at that shot. And the 9th minute goal there to put us 1-0 up against Bordeaux, who actually quite a good team. They won the league a couple of seasons ago. So you can tell I do know a bit about the French league. I know who's won the league and that kind of thing. And one thing I do actually made a mistake about, I forgot to put Monaco in the Ligue 1. That's a bit of my mistake. I was thinking that as I restarted the career mode, obviously it froze when I first tried to do this career mode. So bit annoying there. Should have maybe included Monaco. Obviously they have James Rodriguez, Falcao, Matinho, so a really good team and a lot of money as well. So moving on to the second half now, we're currently 1-1 at this point, and again, I really hope for a win in this game, but they add to their lead there. 2-1 Diabate or Diabate or something, I don't know how to say his name, I've never heard of him, but he gets the second goal of the game there for Bordeaux, and then they add to their lead there, Plazil, with another goal there in the 72nd minute, so another disappointing result. But if you've enjoyed this episode, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter for more regular updates, and follow me on Twitch for daily live streams, hoping to get into that groove again. But if you enjoyed, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.